You're probably thinking about it right now, moving back into your childhood bedroom, and I know exactly how that feels. Your chest gets tight, your ego takes a massive hit, and you feel like you're literally failing at life. Society has completely brainwashed you into believing that if you're 22, 24, or 28 and living with your parents, you are a certified loser. But what if I told you they lied to you? What if I told you that moving back home isn't a defeat, but actually the most aggressive, financially dangerous move you can make against a system that wants to keep you broke? Stop listening to society and start listening to the math. You're not a loser for wanting to save money, you're just tired of playing by rules that keep you broke. Let's look at exactly what happens to your life when you stop paying rent for 2 years. Let's say you live in a decent city right now. You're paying rent, you're paying for utilities, maybe internet and trash. On average, you are dropping about $26.50 a month every single month just to exist inside a box that you do not own. Think about that number, $2,650. If you do that for 2 years, you are taking $63,600, putting it in a pile and literally lighting it on fire. Actually, no, you're not lighting it on fire. You are handing it directly to a 55-year-old landlord so he can buy his third boat, while you stress about the price of eggs at the grocery store. You are trading 40 hours of your life every single week just to buy the illusion of independence. You work harder, you pay someone else's mortgage, you stay trapped. And why do we do this? Honestly, ask yourself, why are you paying $26.50 a month to struggle? Because you want your friends to think you're doing well? Because you want to bring girls or guys back to an apartment so you look like a functional adult? You are paying a $63,000 ego tax. That's all it is. An ego tax. You pack your bags, you swallow your pride, and you move back home for exactly 24 months. No shame, no guilt, no apologies. But, and this is the most important part of this entire video, so listen to me closely, you do not move back home to become a teenager again. You don't go back to play video games for 8 hours a day and let your mom do your laundry. If you do that, you actually are a loser. You are moving back home to go to war. You are turning that childhood bedroom into a 24-month boot camp. You sit your parents down and you tell them, I am not here to regress, I am here to build. When you eliminate that at $26.50 monthly bleed, something crazy happens to your brain. The survival panic disappears. You stop operating out of fear. You don't have to take those extra shifts at the job you hate just to make rent. You suddenly have the two most valuable resources on the planet, capital and time. Here's exactly what you do with that 63 grand you just saved. You have 3 options, and every single one of them buys you the one thing the system hates: leverage. Option 1, you buy your way out of the rent trap forever. In America, 60 grand is a massive down payment on a house or a condo. Instead of crying about how the housing market is rigged, you take that cash, you put it down on your own property, and you transition from the prey to the owner. You spend the rest of your life paying off your own mortgage, building your own equity, instead of buying your landlord a new Tesla every year. You become the landlord, not because you're rich, but because you made one uncomfortable decision. Option 2 is the lazy wealth path. If you don't want a house yet, you take that $63,000 and aggressively dump it into an S&P 500 index fund. You buy a piece of the top 500 companies in the US and you just leave it there. If you never invest another penny, compound interest will turn that money into over $1 million by the time you retire. You literally buy your retirement in just 24 months. But option 3 is how you escape the 9-to-5 completely. You take a fraction of that saved money, maybe just $1,000, and you invest it into a high-income skills stack. While your friends are out on Friday nights spending $100 on drinks to forget about their terrible bosses, you're in your childhood bedroom building an online business. You learn video editing. You learn YouTube automation. You learn how to write scripts that capture human psychology. You start a faceless channel, or you start a digital marketing agency. Because you don't have rent hanging over your head, you can actually afford to fail. You can try a business idea for 3 months, completely mess it up, and guess what? You're not homeless. You just try again the next day. You have a 24-month runway where you are completely bulletproof. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Those 24 months are gonna be mentally exhausting. People are gonna judge you. Your friends who are drowning in credit card debt just to maintain their fake lifestyle will look down on you. They're gonna make jokes. Oh, you still live with your mom? Let them laugh, man. Let them laugh, because it's cognitive dissonance. They have to make fun of you to justify their own misery. They are terrified of the fact that they are locked into a 30-year trap while you are systematically breaking out of it. You have to ask yourself a very serious question. What is worse? Being slightly embarrassed at a party because you live at home, or waking up at 45 years old, realizing you spent your entire youth paying off some random guy's real estate portfolio and you have absolutely nothing to your name. 2 years of looking like a failure to buy 40 years of absolute freedom. That is the trade. So the next time you feel that heavy shame in your chest when you think about moving back home, I want you to remember that 63,000 number. You aren't going backwards. You are stepping off the hamster wheel so you can finally finally build your own machine. But listen, this is just how I see it. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for this. Some people think independence at 18 is the only way to build character. So I genuinely want to know what you guys think. Would you sacrifice your ego and deal with the judgment of living at home for 2 years if it meant you could guarantee your financial freedom forever? Or is the mental toll of living with your parents just not worth the money? But yeah, I hope this video gave you guys a different perspective on the whole moving back home thing. I'm gonna be continuing to make just, honest videos breaking down the math and talking about real life. If you guys have a specific topic or idea you want me to talk about next, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you in the next one.